Everybody's talking about this Indiana Pacers travel picture, this one right here, and the comments are wild. I seen it on Facebook, and of course, it's a lot of black women mad because these young NBA players all have white girlfriends. So I seen comments like they love to play in the snow, and I commented, "We don't play in the snow. We live in the snow." And there was one comment that said, "See, that's what's wrong with our black men." Who the fuck is R? There's no R in this shit. There's no we in this shit neither. Black men do not belong to y'all. Cause the funny thing is, 9 times out of 10, the black men that are with white women are the same black men that black women did not go for. Did not go for back in the day. Normally good percentage of the black women went for the pookies, went for the thugs, went for the gangsters. Then when black men get with white women, they want to get an attitude about the shit. That shit's wild to me. And I experience it everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, me and my lady, we was just at Starbucks and the barista was next and turned her nose up at us. We went to go get donuts for the kids and there was a black woman sitting on the couch turning her nose up, and I just don't understand the hate.
Let me just throw my 2 cents in here as a woman who's in an interracial marriage. I'm calling Cap. Dude, stop it. Like, you're over exaggerating. Most people do not care who you're married to. Most people don't care who you're with. Black women do not care that much. You have a very small percentage of black women who care that a black man has married outside of his race. And usually when they do care, it's one that's got a lot of money. He's super fine. And they care as much about that as they care about a fine gay man being gay. That's just how we think. We be like, dang, we lost another one. That's the mindset. It is what it is. But I don't think that black women really care that you are married to a white woman, especially when you said out your own mouth that nobody wanted to date you when you were in grammar school or high school. They wanted the Pooky and Ray-Rays, which is really insulting, and I'm so sick and tired of hearing that, because there are plenty of girls that I went to school with that did not like Pooky and Ray-Rays. The problem is you want to date something that you're attracted to that's not attracted to you. And so you went on and found somebody who's attracted to you and you're attracted to them. And that just so happened to be in another race. But when you start acting like that race is above another race, that becomes the problem, which is why you probably get those looks, because you're probably giving off that aura when you're out in public. Everywhere I go, I do not have people looking at me and my husband sideways. Have I had it before? Yes, but not everywhere I go. No. So don't try to make it like black women just looking at you and they all upset that you were a white woman, because sometimes we look at you and we figure, yep, that's your match. Yep, that's exactly who I would have picked for you.
Okay, so let me just state that she automatically started off by validating what it is that he stated. He said pretty much that black women, when, during the younger years, they're focused on the Pookies, the Ray-Rays, right? The athletes, the most attractive of the attractive, the 1 to 10%, right? That all of the other women are chasing. So within that, if all the women are attracted to those guys, chasing after those guys, looking at those guys, paying them the utmost attention, that means the other 90% are pretty much invisible. He is correct. So when he stated that when he was back in school, all of these black women who have the faces and they want something to say online when they see a black guy in an interracial relationship later on in life, those were the same ones that were not trying to chase after him. He's right. You just validated what it is that he was stating. And you further validated it by sitting up there stating like, yeah, the way that we think is that, when we see the attractive ones or the ones with the money and all of this stuff, it's like, dang, we lost it. Again, you validated what it is that he was stating. And then on top of that, you said initially that you're going to throw your hat in the ring, but you're a black woman who's in a interracial relationship. So I'm a little bit, it's not even on the same level. I know you probably thought it was on the same level because it's like, okay, he's in an interracial relationship, so I can also speak on this because I'm in an interracial relationship. It's not even the same thing. And for you to sit up there and say that black women don't care as much as we think, well, if we go online and we listen to black women on podcasts, we look at black women who write books, black women on blogs, black women on TikTok and YouTube, and we look at the comment sections under the NFL every single year whenever the NFL shows the brand new guys, and they just so happen to have a girlfriend or a wife that is not a black woman, people just lose their minds online. And it's black women. It's nobody else. So it's crazy to sit up there and say that black women don't really care when we can look at the reality of the situation. We can look at the conversations and actually hear black women vocalizing and talking about these things in a lot of different spaces. So it's a little bit crazy to make it seem as though that he's crazy when realistically he's not crazy. He's pointing out the obvious. He's pointing out the reality. He's talking about the truth of the situation. And the crazy part is you're stating that you don't like his point of view, the reality that he is living. You're stating that he is wrong. And it's like, how can you tell him that he's wrong? That's like me sitting up there telling a black woman that she said that, hey, you know, all these black guys out here, this, that, and the third, and all these other. That's her perspective. That's her point of view. Now, has she had a great sampling of black guys directly out here in order to state that this is all black men? No, but does she have a point of view and a perspective of which that she has lived and experienced? Yes, more than likely. So again, within this exact same conversation, how are you going to try to call him a liar? How are you going to try to call Cap when he's talking about his own personal experience? His own personal experience walking through life as a black man, watching and looking as everything takes place. And again, it's always crazy when somebody like this decides that they want to represent and speak up and try to say that a black man is a liar. How many times have we looked out here and we've seen black women out with the worst of the worst when it deals with the representation of black men? Dudes in and out of jail, in and out of prison, records, you know, several miles long. Dude's got multiple kids. He can't stay consistent in any type of relationship, a marriage, or anything of the sort. He can be consistently inconsistent, but those are the guys who always attract and get the most attention directly from women. But she makes it seem as though that it's just not true. There's a lot of women out here that love Future. Future has multiple kids. There's other male rappers who have multiple kids, and women still want to be with those rappers, and they still want to get pregnant by those rappers. So it's like where are we at this moment in time when it deals with reality, when it deals with the truth? You even have some of the most educated women, some of the most smartest black women. They fall into the line of being attracted to the black men who don't mean them well, who are not even on the exact same level of education, knowledge, or whatever it is. They fall for the exact same plot. It's like, he's a Pooky, he's a Ray-Ray. It's the danger, it's the excitement. He's a bad boy. Aesthetically, he's pleasing. He's this and he's that and all this. He makes me feel good. And he makes you feel so good that you just lose your mind. All of the education and knowledge goes to the wayside, and he gets you pregnant and he abandons you. But then you turn around and you get online and you try to sit up there and state that black men are lying when they sit up there and say that black women fall for the worst of the worst. Okay. All right. Okay, you got it. Like I said before, if it was the case that what this man is saying is a lie, then a lot of black women out here would not have been left, for whatever reason, as a single mother. Let's just call a spade a spade. Let's just put it exactly where it is. If that is the case, then that would not be what we're looking at this current moment in time, in this situation, in this current society. But nobody wants to talk about that. It's always the man's fault, though. Right? The black man is always lying. He's always fibbing. He's always making up fairy tales. As stated before, I even gave my own story about that. And that was just like a second in time. A second in time. And that was back during the time when I was in high school. And there was a girl that I knew. She was Latin. And we sat up there and just walked through the mall. We weren't dating or anything of the sort. We were talking, walking through a mall. And the main thing that I sat up there and saw at a kiosk, two black girls magically sitting up there. You can hear them doing and all that other type of stuff, making faces. And I'm like, what are y'all like? What's even the problem? Like, nobody even had no type of face, or as she said, they got this type of aura. Or are you imagining that? Or is that what you're saying because those guys are actually just genuinely just happy to have somebody that actually loves them, that actually sees them for who it is that they are and actually appreciates them. Is that what you're actually seeing, or are you imagining that they just have this type of arrogance every single time that they just walk out? They just have some type of like, you know, arrogance about them where they're just trying to strut. Like, come on now. Like I said, there's a lot of black guys out there that have a story or something similar to that effect. And again, it doesn't make any type of sense because you don't know the situation. You don't know the story. A lot of people just tend to assume. And those two girls at that kiosk were assuming everything. And like I said before, looking at the two girls of that kiosk, I was not even their type. I knew the type that they were looking for, and I was not it. Like I said, it was wild work. Wild work. But it be like that though. Like I said, I've gone through life and I've seen black girls with tons of guys who are not black. And it was like, whatever. Like, shout out to the dude. You out here winning. That's it. Like, there was no type of like, man, I'm jealous of that dude. Man, I'm real envious. Like, man, I wish that was. Nah, it's like, you got it. You out here winning. Shout out to you. And you just move on. It's like I said, I don't understand, you know, people really having like negative energy like that as if it's really, you know, affecting their day or their life. But I don't know. Like I said, her take is, yeah, that just wasn't it. At least in my book, it just wasn't it. Because again, you're not even paying attention to the whole situation. And I promise you, because I've talked to black women who are in interracial relationships, and they do get looks, but it's not from the quote unquote black men, because 9 times out of 10, they're not even living in black areas. They're living in areas that are more akin to where their significant other is specifically from. And the women there and the people there are the ones giving looks. They'll give the silent looks. Like I said, because they're, you know, in a sense, black women, they're not going to really notice the looks because it's coming from a different people, right? So there's different types of subtleties, different types of words and things of that nature that are used in order to convey things. The person that woman is with, he'll pick up on it. He'll know what it is because those are his people. She'll have to realistically get taught what it is. Just like as a black woman, she's going to have to teach him a lot of things when it deals with the black community, speech, and everything of the sort. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about my point of view specifically on this in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.